Mary, meet Gemini. Gemini sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. This is a 2-week reading for all you Gemini starting today, the 4th of October, 2023. We are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. Moderating today on YouTube is the lovely Suzanne, and moderating on Twitch is the lovely Shirley. Thank you so much, Suzanne, and thank you so much, Shirley. And thank you, Geminis, for joining us today, and friends of Geminis for this 2-week reading. If you're watching on YouTube on a restream and you don't want to watch me shuffle, you can find the timestamps in the video description and fast forward to the reading. Today I'm reading with the Harmonious Tarot, and I've already purified with 4711 cologne. You can find information to purchase each of those products right in the video description of this video on my YouTube channel. This goes out to a lot of Gemini, so if for some reason it doesn't seem to apply to you personally, doesn't make sense, don't force it. Just disregard it. It's very possibly not meant for you. In that case, check out the zodiacal readings for your other signs, or remember that we have a general reading for all signs each and every day except for Monday. Starting on Sunday evening, this coming Sunday, we'll start again with our weekly pick a card tarot reading as well. I've just been on vacation, so we haven't had those for a couple weeks. If you're watching on YouTube, please make sure you like the videos, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. If you are on Twitch, please make sure you follow us. And you can watch on Twitch without any ads if you subscribe to us there. We have a shop at arielscornershop.com. arielscornershop.com. A great many of the decks that I read with are listed there. Those are all affiliate links, meaning that we make a small commission off of each and every sale. We do appreciate your support. Another way to support this channel is by giving a donation, and you can do that by going to paypal.me/arielgatoga. paypal.me/arielgatoga. If you're watching on YouTube, you could use a super sticker or super chat if you're live in the chat thread, or with a super thanks if you're watching on a restream. We do appreciate your support. Mostly we just appreciate that you are here, Gemini, for this 2-week reading starting today, the 4th of October, 2023. So I'm going to give this deck a nice clean cut, and we'll see what's in the cards for all you gorgeous Geminis. Thank you so much for joining me today. I so appreciate you. Starting off, we have, hello, the Hanged Man, followed by the Judgment card. And then we have the High Priestess. Wow. Trump City. This is all major. This is all Trump cards. And what that means is that you have a lot of spiritual assistance. You are very spiritually assisted right now. There's a lot of powerful things going on these next couple of weeks. You're coming out of a sort of I think it's been a tough couple, maybe weeks or months for many of you. Many of you have had to really sacrifice a lot. A lot of you have maybe sacrificed in ways that you didn't need to even. But all of that's changing. All of that's changing. And what's happening is that your blessings are becoming more apparent. And you're realizing that you can say no to a lot of those sacrifices. You can say no to a lot of those people who have been requiring certain sacrifices of you. And I'm not saying that sacrificing is necessarily wrong or bad. I mean, sometimes it's a good thing. You know, you sacrifice chocolate cake to lose a little weight. You sacrifice sometimes some of your free time to build a business. Some of those sacrifices are good. But the kind of sacrifices that are being talked about here are kind of sacrificing either your integrity or sacrificing things about yourself, which, you know, maybe even your voice. Not feeling like you're like you have a voice in a situation. Well, you do have a voice, and your voice right now is, we're saying it's important that you say no when you mean no, and yes when you mean yes. And as a result of that, when you kind of shut a lot of those unnecessary sacrifices down, and you recognize that the infinite intelligence doesn't want you to sacrifice, then you realize that you've been leaving a lot of blessings sort of on the table, and realizing that a lot of your blessings are potent and coming to you, and you don't need to hope and wish and cross your fingers that things are going to be okay. You just allow yourself to open and receive the blessings and receive the solutions that are your birthright. And you can do that right now. You can open up your arms, palms to the sky, tilt your head back a little bit so you can look upward if you're looking at the ceiling or if you're outside looking at the sky. And you just say something to the effect of, I am open and receptive to all my good. I am receiving all the good that the universe has for me right now. And you feel that those blessings coming to you. You feel yourself receiving those blessings. A lot of the blessings that are coming to you are hidden, are secret, are mysterious, and that's not bad. It's a very good thing. Embracing that mystery is very wonderful, because what happens is the solutions come out of nowhere. And we want the solutions to come out of nowhere, because if they didn't come out of nowhere, you might mess them up. You might overthink them like you've been doing. You might sacrifice them because you think that that's the noble thing to do, or something like that. So the blessings are being hidden, but that's for your own good. Just like how the pancreas is way up in there in the spleen, so you don't mess up, you don't mess around with it. A lot of your blessings are kind of hidden so that you don't mess with them. And that's something to be grateful for, because they are there, but you do need to receive them. You do need to stop leaving them on the table. So receive those blessings. I have a few meditations. If you have time, we have three meditations that are indicated here. And you can find all of those on my main YouTube channel. One is called Using Your Sacred Power of No. One of them is called something. One of them is, I wish I could remember everything. Waking Up to Your Good. That's what this is. And then the High Priestess card is called Working with the Goddess of Mystery. And you can find all of those on my YouTube channel and also on my website. There's a link right in this video description for all the tarot card meditations, so you can find all of them very easily. Let's open this reading up, Gemini, and see what else is in store for you. This is a very powerful reading. You got a lot of blessings waiting for you. Okay, we've got the Knight of Swords, followed by the Five of Swords, followed by the Three of Coins. So you're cleaning up. You're going to be the one, if you play your cards right, which I think you're going to, you're going to be cleaning up at the end of the day. I know it's not been looking good for many of you. I know it's been a little scary. I know that there's maybe even have been some cruelty going on, some abuse patterns coming up, all kinds of stuff obscuring those blessings that we're talking about. There's been all kinds of this Knight of Swords. Remember, knights represent assistance. Swords represent conflict. It's the kind of assistance you don't want. And a lot of the sacrifices that you've been making are because you've been letting people lead you astray, lead you into thinking things about yourself or doing things that are not something that you want to do, that are not things that are right for you. And I think when you put your foot down and you say no to that kind of stuff, which many of you I hope have been doing, if you haven't, now's the time to start. You don't always get immediate reaction from those people of, okay, you're so right. A lot of times they don't like it when you tell them no. A lot of times when you tell those people no, especially if they've been able to manipulate you or get you to do things the way that they want you to do them, they get very vicious. Let them. Let them. They can't hurt you. You come back to your blessings over and over again. It's like throwing rocks at the sun. Right? An angry person, very angry at the sun, throwing rocks at the sun. It's not going to hurt the sun. The sun doesn't even care, right? You throw rocks, okay, big deal. That's what it is for you. When you are accepting these blessings, when you are waking up to your good and accepting these blessings from infinite intelligence, nothing that anybody tries to throw at you even affects you. It gets to the point where that you don't even notice it. It's just so unimportant. Whereas before, it's like, oh no, don't be upset with me. Don't attack me. Now you can go for it. Give it your best shot. You can't touch me. I'm untouchable as far as you're concerned, right? And so when you have people that are responding to your saying no in a righteous way with any kind of attack, you don't let that sway you one little bit. You go for it. You attack, you do you, boo. I'm not changing my mind. I'm being authentic. I'm being true to myself. I'm being real. I'm going down the path that I know is right for me. And if you don't like it, you do what you got to do. Right? It's unfortunate that it gets like that sometimes, but that's just the way it is. And you don't have anything to worry about. In fact, like I said, you clean up. You're the one that cleans up at the end of the day. You're the one that finally gets the rewards of all these blessings that have been put on hold because of all of this nonsense that you've been going through with whatever this was, being up on that tree, making those weird sacrifices that you didn't need to be making. Right? It's like all of your work was putting a bunch of prosperity into a holding account, into an escrow account until you were capable of receiving it. Now you're being asked to receive your blessings, and those blessings become very tangible. And like I said, they come out of nowhere. They come out of nowhere, and they need to. They need to, because it's okay to know that you can't be trusted sometimes with your own good. It's okay to know that. I know I go through that myself too. It's like, what do you mean I can't be trusted with my own good? And the goddess of mystery is saying, it's nothing. You don't need to be taking that personally. It's just you can't be trusted. You can't be trusted. So we have to keep this a secret for now. But it'll be coming soon, we promise. And it's just part of it's part of sometimes the way the universe blesses us. It has to bless us in mysterious ways, because if it didn't, we would mess it up every single time. And you're getting to the point now where you're going to stop messing things up, Gemini. You're going to stop, because you are moving with your soul. You're moving with the current of the universe instead of against it. And the reason why, like I said, a lot of you have been moving against the current of the universe isn't because that was your goal. It wasn't like you were saying you got up in the mornings, but I'm going to move against the current of the universe today. That sounds like a good idea. It's not that. It's just that sometimes people hook you. I know that. I mean, we all go through that. Sometimes people get us hooked. Sometimes people lead us astray from our good. And once we realize that that's happened, we've got to take charge and say no and deal with them getting upset if they need to. Whatever. You get upset. You do what you need to do. Sometimes you lose a friendship over it. Sometimes you lose a relationship over it. Sometimes not. Sometimes people have fights. Sometimes whatever. But whatever is going on, don't buckle under. You stay true to the no that you need to say when you need to say no. And yes, for the things that you need to say yes to, regardless of whether it's popular, whether it's a popular opinion with people that you know and or maybe even love, right? And your only loyalty right now is to infinite intelligence. And infinite intelligence, like I told you, is blessing you infinitely. And that those blessings are going to show up in very tangible and, for many of you, financial ways. And like I said, it's going to come out of nowhere, but you're going to recognize and realize, and so will everybody else, that you were in the right the whole time. And that you staying the course and being true to yourself, not being pulled off course by anybody else's opinions or by their bullying, is going to pay you dividends, even though you have to just almost like fly on instruments. You have to move on faith that that's going to happen, because there doesn't seem sometimes at the time when you're doing that like there's any viable option for you. Like it seems like, well, there's nothing there. Maybe I should just buckle under and go with them. No, you stay true to yourself, and that prosperity comes, and it comes out of nowhere. And that's the beauty of this goddess of mystery. All right, it's a very wonderful reading. I love that you're saying no to this and that you're saying yes to the infinite. And the more you say yes to the infinite, the more you are going to be rewarded. And it's a beautiful thing. All right, well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much to the amazing moderators, Suzanne and Shirley. We'll see you in 2 weeks, Gemini. Thank you so much. Blessed be.